Taking you now to a story playing out in West Bengal, where BJP spokesperson Amit Malviya is hit out at the West Bengal Chief Minister after the West Bengal Chief Minister declared a 500 rupee increment in the amount that the Waqf Board gives imams and muezzins in the state. Now, Purohits, so Indian priests, are also going to be seeing an increase in the amount, but the total amount that is paid to imams and to Purohits, or Hindu priests, is quite different, which is what Malviya has pointed out in his tweet. He's called Mamata Banerjee divisive. He's also said that the state finance is crumbling and Mamata Banerjee is doing everything possible to push West Bengal into darkness. These are statements that Amit Malviya has just made, but statements we've also heard from other BJP leaders as we've spoken to them over the day. My colleague Pallavi Ghosh with us to bring us more context on this entire statement. Pallavi, tell us, one of the things that Malviya has also pointed out is the difference in the amount offered to imams and the amount offered to Purohits or Hindu priests. This is something that Dilip Ghosh from the West Bengal BJP has also pointed out in the past. How has the TMC responded to this BJP finger pointing?
See, when it comes to this whole appeasement allegation against the Trinamool Congress, it is not just of today. I remember it was at its peak during the West Bengal elections, so much so that if you remember those controversy over Jai Shri Ram, Mamata Banerjee actually scolding someone for saying Jai Shri Ram, and she was of course accused of being anti-Hindu and indulging in appeasement politics. And I remember the BJP's campaign at that point of time was that if you are a minority, you're going to get benefits from the West Bengal government under the TMC rule, otherwise you're just going to be sidelined. It was, I think, under that pressure where you would see Mamata Banerjee make the point that I'm very much a devout Hindu and she used to recite the Chandi part. I think as we move closer and closer to a Lok Sabha elections, this is yet another allegation which is being pushed by the BJP. And of course, the context is the amount of money she's just announced after meeting of representatives of imams in Kolkata. And she's been now accused of, only being selective as far as the development projects and schemes in the state is concerned. When it comes to the Hindus, they don't get the benefit. But when it comes to the minorities or the Muslims specifically, certainly she looks upon them very favorably. This becomes a political narrative, really, Toya, and that's exactly what the BJP is going to push. It becomes very, very critical, I would say, for the Lok Sabha elections in West Bengal.
Can you just tell us, Pallavi, the amount that the West Bengal government gives to the imams is something they announced in 2012, and the amount that they give to Purohits, that change only came in 2019 after they faced, as you were just telling us, pressure on this entire tag of appeasement politics. But can you tell our audiences, when they're told this, how have West Bengal TMC leaders responded?
But the TMC has always absolutely rejected any allegations of minority appeasement. The 2 points that she's always made, and she made this due to West Bengal elections and now also, is that this is absolutely unfair comparison being made. You do it on the basis of the backwardness, you do it on the basis of the need. That is the only yardstick. It's not done on the basis of religion. Clearly, the BJP wouldn't buy this kind of a logic, because here we are talking about the benefits being given out to imams versus the Purohits. That's the narrative which comes in from the BJP.
Okay. And Pallavi, can you also bring us context? What is the reason for giving out this amount to imams and to Hindu priests in the state? And do we have any data on the kind of numbers here? I know that I think it's 40,000 plus imams who receive that amount. The number of Hindu priests who receive it is much smaller. But do we have any data on why that is needed?
I would say this is not just restricted to West Bengal. In almost every state government, there are benefits which go in from the state government as far as religious leaders are concerned. Very often it is for their benefit, infrastructural benefit. Many of them run education institutions as well, social welfare institutions. So when these benefits are given out to imams or to Purohits or religious institutions, that's really the logic which comes in from the state governments. In the case of West Bengal, one of the main reasons which Mamata Banerjee has always stood for is the backwardness. That's the criteria. The schools which run there, infrastructural projects which are running there, and that's the reason why we need to give more benefits coming in from the state government to them.
Okay, all right. Pallavi, thank you for bringing us that context. We'll continue to cover this story. This announcement coming in by Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister. Now, we will be having more reporters join us for context. But first, we have the BJP's West Bengal Chief, Sukanta Majumdar, who's actually with us on the phone right now. Sir, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. Sir, the point that Amit Malviya has made in his tweet is something that Dilip Ghosh, your West Bengal BJP leader, has also made in the past. This charge that there is appeasement politics taking place, and that it can be seen in even the difference in amount that has been given to imams and to Purohits. Could you further elaborate on that point first, sir?
See, it is nothing but the appeasement politics, and not only that, Mamata Banerjee is trying to purchase the Maulanas and the Muazzims. So, and the Mamata Banerjee's party, that is the TMC, Trinamool Congress, used them for their political campaigning and all kinds of political work. And you will be astonished to know that during the lecture of Mamata Banerjee, speech of Mamata Banerjee, some Muazzim and the Maulanas, they left the hall because they are not even happy with the increment or increment of this 500 rupees. They are claiming the more. So Mamata Banerjee's West Bengal is now becoming a epicenter of the dole politics, and Mamata Banerjee in directly destroying the economy of this state. Already on the state is more than almost approximately 6 lakh crore. So this is the situation. It is almost similar to the Sri Lanka, and Mamata Banerjee is doing the appeasement politics, and it is creating the problem in state of West Bengal.
Can I just ask you, sir, because I do want to clarify this point. Amit Malviya's tweet also points out that there's a difference in the amount that is being offered to the Purohits and to the Imams. And I just want to ask you, sir, is the BJP saying A, that they should be paid the same amount, or are they saying that all kinds of dole-outs should be stopped altogether to anyone?
No, see, our demand is that if you are giving something to a certain section of public, religious leaders of any community, that should be at par in all the cases. If you want to give the this kind of money or salary, whatever you say, to the Muazzims and the Maulavis, then it should be extended to the Purohit as well as the Sikh priests, as well as the Christian priests, as well as the Adivasi priests. This Maji Haram, they are known here as Maji Haram. So why are you ignoring those section of this religion? They are the real minority. The Buddhists are the real minority of the state, or the Adivasis are also they are also the minority. But you are giving money to the only certain section. Even in case of Purohit also, those people, those are associated with the Trinamool Congress, they are getting the money. Other Purohits, they are not getting any kind of money.
Okay, all right. Sir, thank you for bringing us that context. We'll try to have a TMC leader respond to the allegations that you've made so that we do have two sides to this story.